It's Jay. Can everybody hear me? For some reason, I can't see anybody on my screen, and I'm not sure what's going on. So let me just give a couple of seconds here and see if I can get everybody on. I know this is a new module, and from what I seen in email, there's some people that are excited, but they weren't with us in module 1 or 2. So today, I'm just going to go over and refresh everything that we have gone over because it's been 2 weeks and sometimes we just need a little refresher to go over some things. And if you have any questions, just unmute yourself and ask the question or just type it in chat. Like I said, for some reason, I cannot see people's profiles. So I mean, your pictures. So if you raise your hand, I won't be able to see it. All right, so it looks like there's just a couple of us here, which is good. But like I said, I'm just trying to make sure I got everything. All right, so Cassandra, looks like it's you and me for the beginning. I know people will probably pop in and out. If you have any questions, just like I said, feel free to unmute yourself and then ask the question, or you can just type it in chat if you don't want to unmute yourself. But these are some of the things. Well, let me go ahead and go over some other things. And if you hear any noise, we got a new cat, so she might start hollering and everything. She's getting used to our family. Let's go over a basic instruction or introduction. Like I've said before, hello, Hisjay, or Hinsjay. I've seen that. So let me introduce myself. Desiray Jifkados. So right here you can see your name, Desiray. You put your name in there, Jifkados. Desiray Jifkados. Or you can say Desiray Jifkados or Desiray Jifkados, which the T would be with it OS. I've seen it both ways. I've seen it at CMN, and some of our other instructors, they put the T with the OS and Jahajivka dos. So either way is good. Like I stress, there's not one way to do everything. You can see in the literature and some of the studies that there are many ways to speak and to write, and our Muskogee words and Muskogee language. All right, More Adeyados. I'm from More Adeyos, where I am from. I'm from More. And then Okmulgee Legayos. Okmulgee Legayos. I live here in Okmulgee. I actually go back and forth in between Oklahoma City and Okmulgee. But today I am working from home. So you can see I'm in my cafe here at my home cafe. All right, let's see. Let's go over. And for some reason, if you can't see what I'm sharing, just let me know. Sometimes there's a little breakdown in communication with the computer. All right, so let's go back to the sounds. Like I said, I'm just reviewing things because this is being recorded, and there are a lot of people who are just joining us. And it's always nice to review after we've been gone a couple of weeks. So we'll just go through and review the sounds, and then I will get to what we've gone over as far as how we learned to conjugate in module 1 and how we learned to conjugate in module 2. Like I said, this is a big refresher. And if you got lost, or if you weren't able to look at module 1 or be with us in module 2, those are on YouTube. So they're out there to refresh, or if you got stuck somewhere, just go back and review it, and that'll help. All right. So this is when I wrote this, I'm coming from, and I'm teaching from those of us who have originally learned English. So Muskogee is not our first language. So sometimes we have to have things taught a little differently than people who have heard the sounds and have who understand some of the Muskogee pronunciations. So right here, like in Oklahoma, Chi, like cheese. And one of the things that I've put on there is chi can also sound like G, like Gee. I will show you some things on that later. But like I said, there's not one more, I mean, there's more than one way to hear, to speak Muskogee. So some people have it more of the Gee sound, but I learned chi like in cheese. And sometimes you'll hear Gee. So you will see either or. All right. And then the short E, like in hit. And long E, like in feet or eat. The fee, the F is like feast. The H is he, like in heat, eat, he. And all of these can change, but one thing that I've learned is that our Muskogee sounds and our letters do not discriminate. Everybody gets a little sound in there. So there's no silent words, but the H is one of those ones where sometimes you can be speaking and you'll have the sound. It's not the he sound, or it's not a really strong sound. It's almost like a breath, like that. So, just keep these things in mind when we're trying to learn our Muskogee words and sounds. Okay, it's got the A sound like hey. K, it's got the key sound. Yeah, okay. So I was telling you about chi has the Gee sound. It's the K, key sound. I apologize. It's I thought I did put all my notes on here, but it's key sound. You'll hear people say key or gee, not the chi. All right. And so the sound that I could catch that in is key, like in a key. Lee, like in leader. These are the sounds that I could catch in our English words to help us transition from English thinking to Muskogee thinking. Me is me, knee. I've got an image of me. And like I said, I put a lot of things out there because a lot of us are visual as well. Oh, like in school. And I've got a school. B, PB. You can hear P or B, the sound. So I put B right there. It could be sometimes a more P, more B. So, just depends. It just depends on what we're talking about. And R is the Lee or the, and I put athlete there. So you catch that sound, the. C, like in C. T, it's got the TD sound, like in deer. You hear sometimes a T, sometimes more of a D, deer. Ooh, I can shoe. Ooh, like in under the bridge, under. We, and I put image of we. Ye, like in yield. And sometimes it's not always the ye sound, it's the ye, just a short Y sound. All right. Let's see. And so those of us, like I said, who are learning Muskogee, you had to start out trying to capture some of those sounds in everyday English words. Sometimes they're not precise, but it's close enough for those of us who are starting out. This is the Muskogee words with the Muskogee sounds in it, like futchki. And you see the breakdown of the Muskogee sounds, the alphabet for the word futchki. You just spell it out with our sounds: v, g, ki, e. The English phonetics: futchki. So this will help you to capture also the sounds of our Muskogee language, and that means happy. I always like to know what I'm speaking, and so I put that out there. Chissy, and that's the chi sound, chissy. E is the short E is ido, and of course that's tree. Ido. Igana, so that's the long E sound. Igana, earth. Fee, fiki, like in heart. Fiki, fiki. Iloqua is for the H. Iloqua, and that's gum. Daklegi, and that's bread. And that's for the I sound, Daklegi, got the A sound. Kibala, strawberry. Lihaya is cauldron. Migosapka chogo is church. As for M, nini is road. Oh, Austin is a sound you hear in the word for number 4, Austin. Benoit is P, so Benoit, you see right here, it's more of the B sound. For turkey, taco. So a lot of people get that confused because I know in other languages you have like that sound or the R sound, but in ours it's the taco. It's more the like that, taco. And then simaga for S, D, dava. So that could be the TD sound, dava. But, you know, like I said, it just depends on the word. But this is dava, feather. Tuchin and the oo sound right here. Ooh sound, tuchin and 3. Aji, corn. Waga, it's got the W sound, waga, cow. Yikchi, strong. So do you have any questions? Is everything looking good?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Let's see. If you unmuted and said something, I didn't hear anything. Let me see. Can you unmute and see if I can hear you this time? Cassandra?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So is that making sense for you? Did that, like refresh everything?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Like I said, we're going to review module 1 and 2. So, we've been gone for 2 weeks, and that always helps me as well as helps everybody else. All right. Mado. All right. So let's go back. And so now we know the sounds. And when you put these two sounds together, these are all of the sounds of our Muskogee language, like chi, ah. And these are from what I just went over is the Muskogee sounds like futchki. But you just sound it out with the sounds instead of doing the C-A, C-E, which is the English version. So it's like chi, ah. Those are our Muskogee. I always hear Mvhayv Barnett say those are Muskogee sounds, our Muskogee, basically our alphabet. So it's chi, ah, chi, e, chi, e, chi, a, chi, o, chi, u, chi, ah. And those help your mouth get ready to speak Muskogee. And you just go through all of these 2-letter syllables with the Muskogee sounds. And those are practices to help you, help your mouth move in the way it needs to move, because I know it gets confusing because all of us, even some of the first speakers, sometimes they'll just jump back into English because English is all around us. So trying to keep our mind and our thoughts in the Muskogee sounds takes a lot of practice. Even for our Muskogee speakers, we'll sit there and they'll be speaking and they're like, wait, I just flipped to English. So if you do that, that's fine, because we all do that. It's not a big deal. Just jump back on here and then like ma, me, me, may, mo, mu, ma. Just go through and start doing that, and that helps you. That helps you to start learning how to speak the language. And that brings us to this. This is, like I said, I break it down a little bit more from when I took classes, because sometimes I was a bit lost and a bit confused. So from what I just showed you to coming here, you can now see that you got ja, je, chi, che, cho, chu, cha. And that's where you get the sounds. And like I've said before, I do the 2 E's, the I and the E sound, because my mouth, I'm like a beginner child trying to learn our Muskogee sounds and Muskogee ways of speaking. So it's like, I have to practice. So I figure if I have to practice, some of you guys might need that extra practice, because sometimes you'll see some of the other Mvhayvs, they'll just do one E. But this is why I do it, is because I need it. And I figure that other people out there need it just to practice, like fa, fe, fi, fe, fo, fu, fa. And like I said, this is the E sound and this is the E sound. Ha, he, hey, ho, hu, ha. And just go through there and practice. I think I had shared before that there, with the speaker speaking it. If not, then just let me know and I can send it to you. Because just saying these things daily, even just when you're driving, is really helpful. So you go from 2 to 3 letter: sock, stick, seek, sake, soak, sook, suck, lock, lick, leak, lake, look, luke, luck. And like I said, these are the 3-letter sounds. So you can get 2 and 3-letter sounds, and it makes it easier when we're trying to speak our Muskogee language to practice this. And these are things that we've learned that are in steps to try to get us back to changing our mindset from English to Muskogee. All right. All right. It looks like I said, I'm trying to go over all of these things. These are in our Google Drive. And I do have on here our Google links. So if you guys need to refresh, I got the Google links and I got a Google links document. I will show that to you later. All right, so we went from 2 to 3 letters. We went from our sounds. And this is what we went over for module 1. Simple sentence present tense. And these are our little steps. These are our little rules. I will briefly go over them because if you need to refresh, you can go back and you can reread it in depth. But this is just, like I said, a refresher of what we've already learned. So this is a simple sentence present tense. This is module 1. This is all of module 1. Drop the ETV for present tense steps. You L grade the verb stem, lengthening the final vowel of the verb stem. If the final vowel is a V, change it to an A unless it's followed by MK, NK, or T. If it is, leave the V. The rest of the final vowels, place a long mark over it. All right, and then you add your person marker, I, it's, or nothing. This third part right here is, let's see if I can get it. Okay, it's just my placeholder. When I was doing things, I had to make extra notes for myself. Like I said, I am trying to change 40 plus years of English. So I had to make my little notes, and I'm sharing my notes with you guys so it would help you guys try to transition over to learning our Muskogee language a little bit easier. But this little symbol right here is just a placeholder because for third person, there is no placeholder in simple sentence present tense. And the declarative ending are S or ES. And let me briefly go over this. Okay, you drop the ETV, you L grade the verb stem. These are the steps to L grade. The step 3, add your person marker, I, it's, for nothing. And the 4th step, you add your declarative ending. The declarative ending are the periods, or they also mean am, are, and is. All right, if you need more on that, it is in the Google Drive. So I will quickly show you, let's see if quickly show you how that looks when we conjugate it. Humbada, it's to eat. So that we're going by the steps that we just showed you. You drop these. So you see right here, humbada. You drop your ETV, you get your verb stem right here. And then we L graded, which in this case, the O gets a long mark over humbada. You add your person marker, which is for the first person is I. So that's why you see it in different colors, I. And then you add your declarative ending, which is S or ES. Right here, the reason why we don't add the ES is because this little thing right here, this little I, because we don't put 2 vowels together. So that's why we just put the S instead of ES. So hombis. And then right here, see right here, S or ES. So the final look of our conjugation is humbis, humbis. You got your verb stem, You got your person marker because for first person I am doing something. I is the person marker. And right here, like I said, there's the S. We added the S because we didn't add ES. We don't create diphthongs when we're conjugating. So humbis, I am eating. So that's the first person for module 1, I am eating. All right, let's go back. Let's go to second person. Well, let me show you this because this follows us all the way through. Humbis, we just conjugated that. So now you get to see what each part of our conjugation means. Eating, hump, I, right here in the blue, I, right there, I, and am. The S means am, are, is, but in this case, am. Eating, I am. Translation, Muskogee word humbis. Literal translation is eating, I am. The English translation, flip it around, and I am eating. So we've got to see humbis, eating, I am. And you see the Muskogee word, literal translation, I am eating. All right. So I try to break it down to you a little easier to try to show you what these steps mean. And I completely love that we know what things mean now. Instead of having to ask somebody, what is the translation of this? I'm sorry, my allergies. The translation on this, you will know what each little part of the, actually it's a sentence, what each part of the sentence means. Okay, let's see. Second person step by step. All right, so now we've seen the first person. Let's look at the second person. And we're going to do iskeda, to drink. Iskeda, to drink. You drop your verb stem. You drop your ETV to get your verb stem. You lengthen the final vowel, which is the E. So now we know it's iskeda. It's got the long E on it, iskeda. You add your person marker, which is it's for second person. So that's how we know we're talking about second person right here, is because this it's. When we were talking about the first person, it was an I. So second person, it's. They add your declarative ending right here, the ES. And you can see the reason why we added the ES, because this K is not a vowel. That's why we added the ES. And again, that means am, are, is. Isk. Isk. It's. Is. Is it. Isk. It's. Is. And you put it all together. Is. It's. Isk. It's. Is. Isk. It's. Is. And I know, like I said, I'm still learning, so my pronunciation is not as smooth as I would like it to be. But this is, you can see it, and you can also break it down on hyphenation when you're trying to learn, just like in a 2-letter or 3-letter syllables, like we just went over. So that helps you to remember how to say things. So you got your verb stem, it's, isk. You got your person marker, it's, and then es. Declarative ending, which means am, are, is, and the period. Is it, isk, it's, is it, isk, it's, is. And then just keep practicing and trying to make it a little bit smoother. Like I said, I'm still learning, so it does sound a little choppy, but just like you guys, I'm right there in the language journey at just a little bit different step than you may be. All right, and not quite where I want to. So we're taking this journey together, which is awesome. All right, and then the third person. Third person is hijira, to see, step by step. You got the you got your infinitive verb. You drop the ETV there, you get your verb stem. You lengthen the final vowel, the E. And right here, here's, like I said, this is just my little placeholder, because there is nothing for third person. So I put this little placeholder so we know that we went from this step to this step to this step. So this right here is just a little placeholder. And you don't have to do it, but there are some of us who need to keep track of where we are. So that's the placeholder. But there's really nothing there. So we know we're talking about third person when nothing is there. And right here, the next step is add your ES, which means am, are, is. And since right here, the C is not a vowel, we add the ES. That's how we know we add the yes. All right. And let's see. Peach is, peaches. Yeah, peaches. So you've got your verb stem right here. There's no person marker, but with this absence of anything right here, that means he, she, he, they, or it. A single he, she, they, or it. So even they is a singular version of they. Oh my goodness, my eyes are just tearing up. Allergies. All right, peaches. All right. So you went from hijira, hijis. You're going to see, and you are like, I can see if I have it in here, but it's like, I mean, he, she, they, or it is seeing. That's what that means right here. See if I have the breakdown. I tried to make everything a little easier and show you. Yeah, there you go. Show you the breakdown. So right here, the person marker that I'm using here is the open and close parentheses. So seeing they are, he just, and like I said, there is really nothing here, but I just had the open and close parentheses to help you guys and to show you that it means they, means she, he, it, they. But right here, I just put they. It can mean she, he, it, or they right there. So seeing, when you're writing your sentences or when you're conjugating, you can talk about he or she, it, or they. They, seeing they are. So the Muskogee word is hijis. Seeing they are seeing. This could also mean she is seeing, he is seeing, it is seeing. And what usually you don't call, somebody an it, but you can talk about a dog or a cat. It is seeing the bird fly, or it is seeing the mosquito, or something like that. All right. And let's see. So that we went through third person. Like I said, this is third person. And without my little place marker here, this is what it looks like. See, there's really nothing there, but to show you guys, I did put a place marker in. And I know sometimes that gets a little confusing, but if you just remember that's a place marker that's not there. It's just showing you that it is third person. Okay, let's see. Let me go back here. And so that was module 1. This is module 2. Like I said, we are building on our previous modules to help you guys in your language journey. Try to do a little bit at a time. I don't like bombarding you guys with a lot of stuff and a lot of new stuff, because I know for me, when I was learning, it was hard to concentrate if I had too much stuff going on. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are like that. I've got to hook up my computer. It looks like it's trying to drain my energy. So just hold on a second. Oh, okay. So we've already did module 1. So we've learned a lot through module 1. These are on our Google Drives, so you will be able to reference them whenever you need to. Oh, that's the wrong one. And let's see, I'm trying to look for the correct present tense. Let me just briefly go over this. A lot of us who have not been in school for a while may need a refresher. So I've got the refresher here, the sentence structure. So subject, noun, a person or thing being discussed or described or dealt with, person, place, thing. Object receives the action of the verb. Verb, the action that is being performed by the subject. The verb explains what the subject is doing. Adjective, a word that describes the noun. Adverbs usually answer the questions how, where, when. So the basic Muskogee structure is subject, object, verb right here. And like I said, I like to try to color code it. In some Muskogee sentences, T will be added to the subject of the sentence. In some Muskogee sentences, the N will be added to the object of the sentence. So you will see Ivat, Posen, Asijis, the dog chases the cat. So you can see the color coding where each thing fits. But this is the right here, this is the English of what is being said. So basically it says the dog, the cat chases. And so when you flip it around to English, the dog chases the cat. Add adjectives and adverbs to build the sentence and to build extended sentences. Subject verb, kibala hombes. Hombes, you know that in our conjugations, I am eating. So you just put kibala in front, and the verb always goes last. So I learned that too. I've been doing it all these years, and for some reason this year when it was said again, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. The verb always goes last, like the infinitive verbs when you conjugate it. So here it goes. You can see it. Strawberry, I am eating. All right. Like I said, I'm trying to break this down and make it as easy as possible because I know how confusing and how hard it is to overwrite or to change your mind from English to Muscogee. So our Humbida, these are, let's see if I can find the, let me just show you this way. Humbida, to run, it's to eat. So if you guys printed this out, put to eat. Humbida. You drop the ETV, you get the verb stem in negation, present tense negation, there's no L grading. So right here, I don't know, I think I have my notes in here, but right here, the first person is V because it's a different conjugation. So the first person is V. So V equals I right there. That's why there's a V instead of I. We've got V equals I. And then this is negation. Go or ego makes it I am not doing something. And you add the subject marker, which is T. So you add your person marker, your negation, go or ego. The reason why we don't go with EKO is the V, the is a vowel. So that's why we went with go. You add your subject marker T, and then you add your auxiliary verb am, are, and is. Hombe kot os, right here. Hombe kot os. And like I said, sometimes some people say hombe ko dos with a T over here. But the way I learned it and the way I'm teaching is hombe kot os. Either way works. We know what each other's talking about. So you got your verb stem, you got your person marker, and you got your negation. So you see all the different color coding. And your subject marker and your am, are, is, which is your auxiliary verb. So hombe kot os. Hombe kot os. I am not eating. So now we went from first person present tense to present tense negation. I am not doing something. I am not eating. All right. So that's the first person. See if I can find the second person. Yes, here's the second person. Drop the ETV. Add your person marker, which is I, it's, or nothing. It's almost the same as conjugating in present tense, except there's a couple of changes here. I mean, actually one change right here is instead of the I, we're using the V or the that means I in this sentence, present tense negation, second person. So you drop your ETV, you add your person marker. Since we're doing second person, we're going to use it. Add the negation, go or ego. Add your subject marker D. Add your auxiliary verb os, which means am, are, is. So humbida, to eat. Drop your ETV. Get your verb stem. You add your person marker it, which means you. And the reason why we add the EKO, ego, is because the K is not a vowel, it's a consonant. So that's why we add the eco instead of go. So hombits, eco, and then add the T. Hombitski kot os. You add your OS. Hombitski kot os. Eating, you not are, you are not eating. And I know it's a mouthful. If you need to, you can sit there and, you know, in some of my examples, I try to break it down. but in this one I did not. But if you need to, just break it down into syllables. So little bite-sized chunks to keep you on track. All right, let's see. This is the, okay, that's first person. I'm looking for, oh, here it is, third person. Third person. So now we've seen first person, which is the the second person is it, and then the third person, and this one also is no person marker. So that's why I got it highlighted as well. Drop your ETV, get the verb stem. So we're sitting here conjugating third person, so there's no person marker in third person. You add your negation ko or ego, you add your subject marker t, you add your auxiliary verb os, am, are, and is. And like I said, I like to try to show you guys in more than one way to help you remember. Hombida, you drop your ETV, here's your verb stem, you add your person marker again. This is open and close parentheses to show you that there's a placeholder there, that there's nothing there. But like I said, these are things that I learned that helped me. So no person marker. So you could just leave it blank if you don't want to put the person marker, and it means she, he, they, or it. Right here, you add your eco. And the reason why you add the E instead of just KO is because the P right here is not a vowel. So you add your vowel, EKO, ego. Then the next step is add your subject marker T. And the last step is add os. So you've got hombikot os. Right here, hombikot, and then os. And this one, you see, I broke it down. Hombikot os. Hombikot os. And I'm trying, as I go along, I've found out some people need that extra breakdown, which is fine. It's just sometimes I have to go back and place it in there. I forget. But I think that helps a lot of us. Hombikot os. And like I said, it could be hombikot dos with the T over here. That's just how some people do it. Either way is good. Eating, she, he, they, it, not are. They are not eating. So right here, they, you could put she is not eating. He is not eating. I put in there they, just to show you that it can be they, or it could be it. It is not eating. And I know sometimes seems like I'm going a little fast, but like I said, I'm trying to review everything. And for this one, I made a template. So if you get a chance to, print out the template, get some of our infinitive verbs from module 1 and 2. Like I said, I have the Google Drive information that I will give you in a few minutes. So you can go through module 1 and module 2. And module 1, I did not make a template for because at the time I didn't even think about it. But module 2, we did make a template because we were conjugating, and I felt it make it a little easier just to plug and play. For those of you who know that, plug and play, just put it in there and just go step by step. So right here, you could put hombida, which is to eat. You hombida, you drop your ETV, it's home, and you add your, this is second person. So if you can see here, second person right here. Second person, you add your verb stem, second person. Okay, it's gone. You're supposed to add your no, there it is. Okay, it's been a long week. It's, so there's your second person. So HOMP, there's your it's, and then ego. The reason why I have the E in the parentheses is because if you're conjugating something that has the verb stem, the very last part is a vowel, then you would add ko. If there is no vowel, you would add EKO. There's your T, there's your os, and you would put your verb stem here, and everything else just falls into place. It's equal or go, depending on what you're conjugating. You've got your subject marker T, you got your auxiliary verb os, and then you would put your verb stem hombitsky kot os. You are not eating. All right. Like I said, that makes it so much easier. If I had that when I was going to college, I would just be unstoppable. And my mind wouldn't just feel like it's exploding. But these are some of the things, like I said, that I've learned that I'm trying to share with you guys so you would have it a little easier than I did, because we're trying to grow our people, and we're trying to grow this language. All right. Okay, so that's basically what we did in a nutshell for module 1 and 2. So that was a lot. And Cassandra, did you have any questions?
Monks.
Okay, did that make sense? Are you
Mhm.
right? Okay, all right, Mado. All right, so right here, let me share this with you. I don't know, there's some people who were asking about the Muskogee hymnal. Let's see if we can open it up. This is a link to it. And these are the little black hymnals that you see. So these are the hymns. And you see that it has underneath the English translation. Let me go all the way back to the bottom here. And these are some of the little things that are in our hymnal. And if you're looking for a certain song, here's the index at the back. It's always, I mean, it's at the back on this one. I don't know if it's always at the back, but these are some of the things that, you know, people have been asking for. So if you don't have a black hymnal, this one's the one that's online. I did send it out to some of those who were asking for it through email, but it's right here. And like I said, I put the link it in our Google Drive doc. So you can, you know, look at it anytime. You can, you know, look to see what's here. Also, here's our language classes. These are Muskogee language classes that were there. For some reason, we're on Muskogee Media. I think originally, I think in 2018 or sometime around there, that's when they started these. But these are little references that I'm giving you guys that I found out that sometimes even when I'm working, I'll sit there and I'll play it just to hear it, just to listen to it, and you'll catch things. It's funny how your mind works. It'll always remember things at the most craziest times. And here's our Muskogee Okanagan YouTube page. You can see that we've got Mvhayv Barnett, mine right here, the first one on the right, Mvhayv Emerton. Mvhayv Barnett is the one right here following me. And then this one is Mvhayv Eli. She has a lot of good tips and everything as well. But all of these are at your fingertips. So if you get lost or anything, these are there. And also I made, here's the Google Drive. It's the one I was telling you about. You can see module 1, you can see module 2. This one was a day that I had to fill in for one of the Mvhayvs, and I just threw stuff on there. You're welcome to look at it. This is module 3, but we're in this time. Click on it. There's nothing in there yet, but you know, in class 1 right here, what we're doing. And then what like it shows, we're reviewing module 1 and module 2. So that is out there. Let's see if I can find. Yes. All right. I also had been tasked to do word of the day. And these are all the things that I have in there. I know they're shared on Facebook and Instagram, but sometimes things get lost when she uploads it. And we don't know where some of the words of the day disappear to. But these are April. And once you click on it, you can see it for some reason. I guess since it's a moving video, some of these don't have images or pictures at the very beginning, but you can see the words of the day. This is covering a hymnal. Let's see, 1 through 12 is covering a hymnal. 13th of April, I covered a recipe for Puthko Afki, which is the Puthko Afki, which is the grape dumplings right here. You can see at the bottom here. So these are some of the things that people have been asking for, just, you know, different words of the day. We're trying to keep it exciting, so we try not to do the same thing all the time. This is for March and Tasachuji, March, Little Spring. You are welcome to go in there and look at them. The cool thing about this is right here, share it with you. So that is our first speakers. I have all of our first speakers speaking it because like I said, I'm still learning it, and I'm trying to get that sound that they have. And I always call it my secret ingredient or secret sauce of our Muskogee language. And here, this is May. This one I'm excited about because this helps remind us our sounds. And I know we're a little bit behind, and I'm catching up. We had a Muskogee language camp for our youth, which was awesome. It was a whole week of spending time at with our youth at one of the national parks, and we got to stay there a whole week. So we all kind of got a little delayed on things, but this is finished, and you can hear it.
The sound is in the word Oklahoma. The sound is in the word Afachki.
I'm excited about that because sometimes we lose those sounds when we're trying to speak, and sometimes we're just trying to sound things out. So if you have a little bit of a reference to go to, even if it's just one Muskogee word at a time or one Muskogee sound at a time, that's going to help you. That helps me. And even some of our first speakers will sit there and we'll talk about, because one of the things that always trips me up is let's see if I can see it. Okay, not sure what's going on there. But one of the things that always trips me up is this one.
The sound is in the word under. The sound is in the word aji.
So and then ooh, like for shoe, the ooh sound. Those kind of trip me up. And I know some of the other Mvhayvs, we talk about it. Oh, like in oh. Sometimes you hear people say oh, but from what I was taught, there's no oh sound, it's oh. But like I said, there are different ways to teach, and different regions teach differently. So this is the way I learned, so this is the way I'm teaching it. If you have a different way that you pronounce things or anything like that, I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm just saying if I can communicate with you and we can communicate in Muskogee, we're doing really good. So I just encourage you to keep speaking and learning and pronouncing things, the way you learned it. If it's not the same as the way that we're teaching here, like I said, there are many ways to say some of the things, even many ways to spell some of the things. But this is the way I learned. This is the way that I was talking to some of the Mvhayvs. This is the way they know. I know that there's different region sounds, but the Muskogee alphabet, So this is all out there for you to come through and to practice with. If you lose a sound or you just want to refresh, it's all out here. And this is right here. The month's word of the day are the Muskogee sounds, the alphabet. And I put alphabet because some people just say Muskogee sounds, but for those of us who've learned English first, it's an alphabet. That's how we can think about things. Later on we can say Muskogee sounds and we understand what each other's talking about. But for those of us who are starting, alphabet makes more sense. That's why I put alphabet in parentheses. And it says the video will contain both the English word reference and the Muskogee word reference. The English word reference is for those who need to begin sound association in English and then switch to Muskogee sounds. The point is to capture the correct pitch and inflection used in the Muskogee standalone sound. The pronunciations may change when combined with other sounds. All right, so this is out there. And like I said, these are the words of the day right here. Let me see if I can get this copy. And this is the our link. Let's see if I can get this. Let me just put this in the chat so you have it in case you don't. And that's our drive right here. So that link should take you straight here. And for module 3, you can see what's in module 3 right there. And for class 1, you can see that I put the links right here in module 3, class 1, and that shows you that we reviewed module 1 and we reviewed module 2. So next time I will show you, and we will start learning more of a vocabulary, so we can just expand on what we've learned. All right. And for module 3, we are going to learn future one tense negation for first person. So it's like, I am not going to sleep. And I've got the rules here. I will type them out. But these are some of the things that I've learned in, like I said, I learned more academically on how to speak. I am polishing it up with the Muskogee speakers, the first speakers, so they're helping me. So I've got these notes. I've got these examples and everything, like I am not going to fly. I am not going to cook. I am not going to sleep. That is what we are going to cover in module 3. So future one tense negation, first person, and then we'll go to second person, then we'll go to third person. So this is what we're going to cover here in module 3. And like I said, I've got the rules here, and it doesn't look like it's very much different from the rules we already had in module 1 and 2. It's just that we add the tense marker aham. So that's what we've got going on. And if you have any questions, just feel free to email me, give me a call. And let's see, let me pull my stuff. Here it is. All right. And this is my contact information. If you have any questions, you lose a link, just give me a call. If I'm not in my office, just leave a message and I will get back to you. I will email what you need. And I think we're pretty much done for the day. If you have any questions. All right, Cassandra, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Does that look like it covered everything? Are you lost or everything?
No, it was a good recap, good summary of what we've learned.
Okay, and I like to try to recap because even after the kids go back to school from summer break, I know the teachers always recap because we always lose things.
Mm-hmm.
But we're getting ready to learn more vocabulary, and we are going to learn about future tense negation, first person. I am going to do something. So that's our next. That's the whole purpose of module 3. All right. And thank you. I enjoyed you coming and speaking with us today. Because I know in the summertime it's hard to set some time apart to learn. I just thank you for attending today, and I will see you next. You can either Friday or next Monday.
Awesome. Mado.
All right. All right. Please.